So it's not Koch brothers good guys, everybody else bad guys. It's just that I've been constantly accused of working for the Koch brothers with no evidence. And then so I go and I think, I say, well, let me really research the Koch brothers. And so it becomes kind of a little pet project as I do in research. And I discover that they're anti-Agenda 21. They have, quote, secret meetings with conservative leaders, and they sneak out the audio, and it's, how do we defend the Second Amendment? How do we defend the family? How do we keep America competitive? How do we reverse offshore?
If I can finish what I'm saying, I noticed that your organization, Cato, wrote a really interesting report. I have it right here, where you say the key to our economy is to outsource jobs, outsource jobs, outsource jobs. Now, that might be what the Republicans believe. That might be what the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Do you know Daniel Griswold? Yes, you do, because he wrote the report. Of course. Well, I have the report right here where you say the way to solve our economic problems is to send jobs to India and Saipan. So that's what you have to live with.
The trade deficit sounds bad. Every time a news reporter talks about the trade deficit rising, there's a collective groan. Oh, no, it's bad. Or if it falls, we say, ooh, that's really good news. It sounds like we're losing something. It sounds like something must be repaid. And it's one that I'm sorry to say is shared by more than a few economists who don't think seriously about trade. Actually, a lot of economists don't think seriously about economics. I think this view is completely backwards. A trade deficit never, ever, ever is a cause of economic harm. It always improves the economy.
The Koch brothers have funded a lot of anti-union, anti-worker legislation, not just here in Wisconsin, but across the country. And so people in Wisconsin are here to say that, Walker needs to get over his coke addiction and to really respect workers' rights to organize.
I think this view is completely backwards. A trade deficit never, ever, ever is a cause of economic harm. It always improves the economy.
How do we keep America competitive? They've got Bernie Sanders, the socialist.
What the Koch brothers said in 1980, and I believe it is their view today, quote, we support repeal of all laws which impede the ability of any person to find employment, such as minimum wage laws. Their debate is we should repeal the concept of the minimum wage. And what does that mean in real terms? It means that in high unemployment areas in this country, where workers are desperate for jobs, if an employer says, I'm going to give you $3 an hour, and you say, I can't live on $3, the employer says, well, I got 20 other people who are prepared to take that job. That's their goal. That's their goal. They do not believe the federal government should be involved in providing at least a minimum wage.
You got the Koch brothers that funded Bill Clinton and the Republicans. But those are the classic boogeymen. It's not that I'm saying they're good. It's just that that's all you ever hear about. What about the Rockefellers? What about the Rothschilds that control trillions? What about the Rockefellers? What about the Rothschilds that control trillions?
That is the perfect example of why Alex Jones is so dangerous. He takes people who have legitimate concerns that we're getting screwed over by the very wealthy who have aligned interests and gives them some type of rubber ducky toy to play with that is all about conspiracies and Bilderbergers and people talking to owls in the woods. That's the real truth is over here. Play with your diddle. Let me play with my diddle thing over here. Pay no attention to the guys who are putting $1 billion into American politics.